Well, hello and good greetings. It is like 1 a.m. in the morning. So, I'm going to talk about another time when me calling the law, calling the police failed me. So, one day I decided that this was going to be the night that I was going to call the police to get my ex out of my house, my ex of 5 years, because he was upset at me because every single day he was like arguing at me until 6 a.m. in the morning because he was upset. I was getting ready to move, and this happened in the early months of 2020. I was getting ready to move at the address that I am at to this day, and he wasn't going with me and my daughter, so he was upset. And so my daughter was gone out of town with my sister, and it was just me and him in the house. But it was nighttime, and then he had laid down in the bed just with his eyes up in the air, just thinking evil about me. But when it got like 7 o'clock at night, I was still in the living room watching Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood. And he comes in there. He's like, yeah, I know you just have another nigga. I know you have another man. That's why you ain't letting me move in with you. And I want to tell you that you wrong. And all my sisters say that you wrong. And he's like, my older sister told me that she used to be a young woman like you. And she know that I just really got another man. And don't want to let him know that. I didn't have no other man. I had a sneaky link that I was sneaking off to be with, but I didn't have nobody to be with like that. I just didn't want to be with him anymore. So I told him, first of all, you're not about to keep arguing at me, and I'm sleepy. I'm going to get me some rest, and you're going to let me get some rest, or you're going to have to sleep outside. He's like, I ain't going no motherfucking where. Make me leave if you want me to leave. I'm like, I'll do more than that. I'll get somebody else to make you leave. He's like, what you mean by that? I'm like, keep fucking with me. So he kept arguing at me and cursing at me. I put on my shoes and my jacket and got my phone and got my house keys and I left. I left and I went and hid in the apartment's washing area. I called the police. It took a minute for the police to get there, as usual, as the law would do in black people neighborhood. But they did get there. Before they got there, I called and I told him, is you still in my house? He's like, yeah, I'm still here. I live here too. He's like, just come back to the house and lay down. We can talk about this. I'm going to let you get some sleep. I'm like, I don't care. Get your shit and get out of my house now. He's like, I told you I ain't going no motherfucking where. You going to have to make me leave. And I'm like, okay, stay there then. I said, somebody coming for you. So the police comes 2 hours later. And I'm telling them what happened, and they telling me to get my key and open my door. And they had their guns on them, and they entered my house. And they told me to tell him what was my ex 5 years name. I told them, they're yelling his name. They went put flashlights all up under my bed, all in my bathroom. They said they come back downstairs. It's like he must have left because there's no one in there. There's an empty apartment. I'm like, but he was just here. Then they was like, well, he left. And then I said, I want y'all to go to his sister's house, give him a warning, and tell him to stay away. And I don't want him living with me anymore. 2 police officers told me, ma'am, if this man who you call your fiance been living with you more than 6 months, you really can't make him leave. He lives here too. And they was like, you would have to go to court and get a court order to make him move. But really, you cannot make him move because he got mail coming here, which he did have mail coming to my house. So I started crying. They was like, we're sorry. But they was like, when he comes back to the house, you're going to have to let him in because he lives here too. And I was just thinking to myself, what the fuck? What in the fuck is going on? Why are they not helping me? So, that night, I didn't sleep. I called him around 2 a.m. in the morning and I told him, why you didn't get your things? He's like, I only left and went to my sister's house for you to calm down till you come to your senses, but I'm coming back. I'm like, no, you're not. I said, I already called the police on you, and they said, which was a lie, that they were going to arrest you if you come back. He's like, you see, I thought me and you were supposed to be in love. Why would you do me like that? I said, because I asked you to leave my house. And I meant it. But the moral of this story is the law. The police failed me again. They told me that I couldn't make him leave because legally he's lived here too, because even though he wasn't paying nothing, no rent, or even though he wasn't on my lease, they said that I couldn't make him leave. He's lived there too because he had mail coming there and he'd been staying with me for a year. But yeah. That is what happened. I'm not with him to this day, and I'm happy. But that was a nightmare for me because I did not sleep at all that night. But yeah, that is what happened. Hope y'all enjoyed the story time. Until then, I'm going to end this video, and y'all stay blessed.